Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Hannah, and I would like to welcome you to my informational speech. I chose to do my speech on babysitting because I have a lot of experience in it. I've learned a lot through it, and like I said in my last upload, I have a huge heart for children. So I learned that children are sweet, they are smart, they are very mischievous, and they lack a lot of understanding, which isn't their fault. So I learned after I started babysitting about 7 years ago that there were things that I could do that made it worth my time. There were specifics that not only helped me gain love and respect from the children, but also admiration from the parents. Because oftentimes people don't think about it, the parents are just as important as the children. And if the parents feel respected and the parents feel that you have opened up to them and you've been honest with them and you have branched out enough that you made it clear you respect them and all of the things that they need for their children in order for them to stick to a routine or a plan or a system that they already have going, you're set. So within the first 3 years of my babysitting career, it was perfect. It had stability, it provided enough income. Then again, I was only like 15, but still, it provided enough income. And so over time, I learned these things that helped me be better. And I turned it into a method, and I call it the Orange Method, and I would love to explain it to you today. So it's 6 concepts that really make or break your babysitting job. So Orange, it stands for observation, respect, affirmation, nurturing, gratitude, and energy management. Now let me break all that down. Observation. In any babysitting job, you can never correct before you observe. You have to observe the children, the home that they're in, the way that they have been trained before you can even go near correcting them. You have to be respectful, not only to the children, but to the parents. The parents have to understand and know that you respect them, you respect their home, you respect the rules that they've set, and that you will hold their children accountable to that. And you also have to respect the children because their opinions and their thoughts matter just as much. Affirmation. You have to be affirming to the parents and letting them know that you have experience, that you're trained, whether it be CPR training or you've had siblings and you've raised them, whatever the case may be, so that they know that their kids are well taken care of. And you also have to be able to affirm the children when they become doubtful and start asking, where's mommy, where's daddy? You have to be able to say calmly and comfortingly that, mom and dad will be back. You also have to be nurturing. You have to understand that your needs come last and their needs come first. That they have to understand and feel well taken care of. Because if you're putting yourself first, you're putting them second, which is not what a babysitter's supposed to do. Gratitude. So you have to make sure that the kids and the parents know that you are grateful to be there. You have to let them know that you're thankful for the opportunity, that you're going to make the most out of it, and that the kids are going to have fun. I mean, theoretically, that's what you're there for. And energy management. Understanding with children, you have to care for them with an energy management in mind versus a time management. And I'll explain that a little bit more. So for kids, there are only 24 hours in a day. However, there are never-ending hours in their head, if that makes sense. So with energy management, you have to understand that children under 5 do not respond well to time-managed days. So days that have specific activities at certain times, unless they are already set on a routine. If they've already been set in a routine, fine, great, stick to it. Also, the time frame following lunch, so about noon, is the prime time to get them outside and running around. Because typically they've eaten lunch, they've built up some energy, and they're ready to let it go. So at that point, let them run outside, play on the playground, whatever it may be, because then you let them play for a couple hours, they come inside, and they're pooped, and they're tapped out. During like the mid-afternoon lull, like the time when you would want to rest, they're ready to rest, which is prime. So as a kid or a child approaches the age of 5, or kindergarten per se, Naps should no longer be forced. And I say this because I have learned instead opt for quiet time, which could be reading a book, doing a puzzle, coloring a picture, watching a calm movie, something that is not hyperactive, something that makes them sit down and be calm. Reason being, once they get into kindergarten, naps are forced, but they're also they're encouraged to read, they're encouraged to do puzzles, they're encouraged to interact with their kids, and it helps them prepare for kindergarten. It helps them prepare to be ready for not only kindergarten, but after kindergarten, because once that's over, you don't get a nap anymore. So once they've moved out of their quiet time during the day, I've learned that once they wake up, it's a perfect time for them to grab a snack and do something productive that they want to do, whether it be building blocks or playing pretend or hanging out with you, doing something interactive with you, whether it be playing or something. It is a perfect time to give them control over whatever you're about to do. It makes them feel like they have a say. And finally, be patient. Understand every child is different and every child has different home training. And you have to prepare to be tested because every kid is going to test their babysitter. You're the fun new babysitter. You're going to be tested, I promise. So, in conclusion, children are such a blessing. They have taught me so much more about who I am, how I think, and they've shown me that my gut is usually right. And I want to leave you with a statement, with a quote, from Dr. Seuss. It says, "A person's a person, no matter how small." Yes, they might be small, but the things that children can teach us today are astonishing. Simplicity, honesty, and loyalty are prime examples of the things that children bring to this world. So thank you so much, and I hope you have an awesome day.